Yo guys, how's it going? We're back for another episode of FIFA 19 Career Mode with Bolton. Starting off today's episode with a game in the FA Cup against Liverpool. Probably the hardest teams that we've probably played so far in this competition. Fair enough, we did play Arsenal in a game or so ago, but obviously, I'd say Liverpool are that little bit harder to play. At least on the game they are. I don't know whether you'd say they are in real life or like that, but I'd say on FIFA that Liverpool are probably that little bit harder because they've always got that pace up front with them main front three that everyone knows: Mane, Salah, and Robert Firmino. It's going to be hard to beat them. If we can, then Jesus, it'll be absolutely unbelievable if we can get the win out of this one. I don't see it happening, but if we can get the win, it will be absolutely fantastic. We're definitely going in for it to try and get the win. Obviously, getting to the closing stages now. I'm actually going to try and probably win the competition. If we can get, like I say, if we can get the win, then brilliant. But Liverpool are the team that get the first attack as they whip across in. They get the ball clear, but they do have another attack with Roberto Firmino giving it to Davis, who finds Naby Keita. He turns his man beautifully. Grounds knocks him off the ball, but Mane wins it back with ease. Roberto Firmino gives it to Salah, who finds the back of the net to make it 1-0 in 4 minutes. And this just showed how hard this game was actually going to be. It's just, I had a little bit of hope after the last game when we beat Arsenal. I did have that little bit of hope in there that we were actually going to do decent, but that literally got knocked straight out of me as soon as this goal went in the back of the net. 4 minutes in, and I just thought, you know what, how. But as you see here, Salah does take the shot, and Woodman can't quite get a good enough touch on the ball to turn it wide of the post. But at the end of the day, it was decent play from obviously one of the best Premier League sides that we have at the moment. So it's just going to be difficult for us to get anything out of this game, to even have a contest, to be honest. But like I say, they do go 1-0 up, but just 2 minutes later they come forward on another attack with Davis again breaking down this right hand side, again playing through Salah, using his pace, plays it back to Davis, who takes a shot, but the shot goes miles wide and over the bar. So it was lucky. We were getting a little bit lucky with that chance, let's be honest. They probably could have scored from it if they really tried, but instead they just absolutely smashed the shot and it went over the bar. But again, a few moments later, they come forward really pressing us with Mane using his pace to cut inside, doing his man with ease as he cuts into the box, gives the ball to Kate. It was absolutely extraordinary how that didn't go in the back of the net, but we fucked it up, and Salah gets himself the second goal of the game, gets Liverpool their second goal of the game. I don't know how Mane's shot didn't go in the back of the net. I ain't gonna lie to you. Bouncing off one post, then to the other, and then straight into the path of our defender, who for some reason didn't get the ball clear. It was an absolute rocket of a volley. I wouldn't have been pissed off if that got in the back of the net, to be honest, but I am very pissed off that one did, because like I say, you see what happened there, and it was an easy finish. As soon as as our defender had lost control of the ball, it was easy for one of the two men, Salah or Firmino, to get the goal there. It was ended up as a goal no matter what. But we were 2-0 down after 17 minutes, but a few moments later, we do come forward on an attack of our own, probably one of the first attacks we have, with Tyrese Campbell taking the shot, and it was a very good shot at that, but the defender gets his leg in the way and keeps it at 2-0 at this point as he takes a shot. Ben Davies getting his big knee in the way and deflecting it over the bar and out for a corner. But we were looking a bit threatening as we do whip the corner into the box. We try and control Campbell. We whip the ball in. It gets cleared only as far as Joe Williams, who absolutely smashes an absolute wonder goal into the back of the net to make it 2-1 and give us that little bit of hope back in ourselves as he takes one touch, lays it off, and what a finish from Joe Williams there. My God, I was so happy that I'd gone in the back of the net. As soon as it hit the back of the net, I was so happy. And at the end of the day, I think we probably deserved it. After we started attacking quite well after that second goal had gone in, we started defending a bit more tighter. And we got the goal to bring us back in contention of getting ourselves back in this game. But just before half-time, we try and get ourselves back level as Tyrese Campbell plays through Rusevalo, who finds the back of the net to make it 2 apiece just before half-time. And from clawing ourselves back from 2-0 down, we are now at level peggings again. And honestly, the Liverpool defence, after we'd scored that first goal, they looked shaky. We got very lucky that deflection, it took a little bit of a deflection there off Matip, and it still ended up in the back of the net, so I wasn't too bothered. And we was back at level peggings at this point as Liverpool come forward on an attack of their own just after half time, as Salah using that pace again, using that dribbling, as he plays the ball off to Ben Davies back into the path of Salah, who whips the ball into the back post but couldn't quite do anything with it. We get the ball clear, but only as far as Robertson, who finds Keita. He whips the ball in as well. We get the ball clear, and look at that for a shot. If that had gone in the back of the net, I wouldn't have complained at all. What a fucking goal that would have been if that had gone in the back of the net. But Woodman does make, to be fair, a very good save and keeps the scores at 2 apiece. But just moments later, Luke Murphy gives the ball into Williams, who finds Murphy again. He plays the ball into Tyrese Campbell, who finds Joe Williams. He runs on past the defence with ease. He cuts inside, lays the ball off to Josh Vela, who takes the shot. But Alisson, this time, gets himself behind the ball and keeps the scores at 2 apiece. Luckily for them, to be honest, because we were looking like the more dominant side at this point. We were really putting Liverpool under some pressure, and you could really tell as we whipped this corner in, get the header, couldn't quite do it. They get the header clear as Joe Williams gets a run down this right-hand side, whips the ball in, but the ball gets cleared. Luckily for them, because there was a man waiting for that to come in, and it would have been brilliant if we had that chance. But as you see there, a little clip of Hughes' header that just wasn't the best. But in the 72nd minute, Liverpool do come forward on an attack of their own, just bringing on Rodrigo, who uses his pace because he has a lot as well. Whips the ball into the middle, who gives it to Mane, who smashes the ball in. This time not hitting that post. He finds an absolutely peach of a finish. So it was Keita who smashes the ball at the keeper's near post. Woodman doesn't even flinch. He doesn't move at this point. He just lets the ball go past him with how much power there was in that shot. It finds the back of the net, and it does mean that we do go 3-2 down after all the work we've put in. It gets cancelled out by this goal, but we were trying to look for this goal back. As soon as they scored that, we definitely had to try it and put everything into this game to keep ourselves in this competition. But like I say, only 15 minutes left. But straight from goal kick, from kickoff. Sorry, Tyrese Campbell here. You see, gets on the ball, takes the shot, but unluckily for us, the ball goes just wide of the post, and the score does remain in Liverpool's favour as Matip tries to stick his foot out. So I don't think it would have done a lot even if he had hit it any closer. But as one final attack goes in the 78th minute, Rodrigo comes forward on the ball, lays it off to Naby Keita, who again they had another overlap on us with Mane using that pace, but Naby Keita keeps going and keeps going. Olowosky couldn't tackle him. Fabinho gives it to Salah, who I don't know why he went for that shot, to be honest, and I don't know how Woodman didn't catch that because it was literally dropping straight into his hands. But instead, he decided to tip it and let Liverpool have a corner. To be fair, it was quite high. I'll let him off, but yeah, I just didn't know what to do at this point. But just before the end of the game, Liverpool had one last attack, whipped the ball in, and Rodrigo, the man that came off the bench, scores the goal to make it 4-2. And in all honesty, I don't think this scoreline reflects how the game went. If it had gone into extra time and we'd lost that way, or even if we'd lost just at 3-2, I'd say that's acceptable. But I don't think they deserve to win it by 2 goals, because we definitely did more than what has been shown. To be honest, we probably deserve more. But at the end of the day, it does end up in the back of the net. It was a decent piece of play. You can't deny it. And it does end at 4-2. But what an action-packed game it was. I'll give it for I think it was a quarter or a semi-final. Semis, I think this one was. You can't complain at the end of the day. We had an action-packed game. We really gave it our all. But at the end of the day, we wasn't quite good enough. And they do come away with the win. Unluckily for us, I would have enjoyed a little bit more of a cup run. But let's be honest, they demolished us in the first opening minutes, which gave them the advantage. We closed it, but we couldn't make it count, and they do come away with the win. And it does mean we are out of the FA Cup, which is sad to see, but oh well. But we do go into a training session on that after that, to try and keep ourselves on a high, because at the end of the day, we played well. For a team that's in the Premier League and at the top of the Premier League, as you see a quick glimpse at the Championship table there, as you see, it is going to be a very long episode as we've just got into the second game. But hopefully you guys enjoy this, as we do have this game against Brentford at home. Hopefully trying to get a few points out of this one, get ourselves in the lead early on. Like I say, we played well in the last game at the end of the day, so we were definitely on a high coming into this one. They have some decent players. One player I do really like is Neil and Pai up front for them, and also Ollie Watkins, I believe, is quite decent as well. But like I say, we were definitely going into this game looking for the win. Like I say, we need to get as many points on the board as we possibly can. But after this episode, it will be the last game in the next episode, so this really counted a lot. As Stephen Ireland breaks through and puts us in the lead 11 minutes in, and we really needed this goal. We needed an early goal to push us on in this game. Like I say, we need to keep on the front foot with the two teams in front of us. We have a really good goal difference, so if we can get at least level on points after this game, mate, it's going to be an absolutely tight contested finish at the end of the season. And hopefully this will put us on the right track to doing exactly that. As what a goal from Ireland. It's such a crucial goal. It wasn't the biggest of goals we've had so far this season, but it's definitely a big finish. And hopefully we can push on from that in this game. As Wilczuk gives the ball into Ireland again, we're splitting the defence open, and the man, Ireland, gets brought down, and means that we are having the chance to double our lead in the 23rd minute. And what a chance this could be to actually having a chance of winning the league this season. It was such a poorly timed challenge from their defender there. It was absolutely shocking. But I wasn't complaining, and Sammy Amiobe does step up to take this one. And he lines up the shot, he gets ready, he runs up, takes the shot, and this time the keeper comes out on top and means that the scores remain at 1-0 and the ball gets cleared. But we do come forward on another attack, well, try to, shall I say, as they rob the ball off of us. Neil and Pai with an absolute wonder strike there. Absolutely brilliant finish there from Pai. I said to you at the beginning of the game, he was a player I'd definitely like to have. But Jesus Christ, what a finish from the man. He smashed it at the keeper's near post. And honestly, there was no chance the keeper would get into that one. It was such a brilliant finish there. It thoroughly deserved to go in the back of the net. But it was making us rue that missed opportunity at the penalty, as they do now draw level. And it's not looking good at this point. We really weren't looking forward to the rest of the game if that's how it does finish. But we weren't going to let that drop, make our heads drop, as we do win the ball back off of them with Joe Grounds whipping the ball in to Van Buren. It gets deflected, but Stephen Ireland gets his second goal of the game to make it 2-1 and get himself his second and the team's second. not long before half time. And what a goal. What a crucial goal. 2 crucial goals for him in this game. And he's put us back in the lead. And I can't be happier with that finish. As he lets the ball drop, hits it on the half volley. And it's a brilliant finish there from Stephen Ireland. Wasn't a lot he did wrong there. He thoroughly deserved that goal. And he gets his 9th of the season with that one. And hopefully we can carry on pushing on from this one and get ourselves another one, as we do a little bit of trickery there with Sammy Amiobi, who cuts inside, gives it to Ireland, who gets his hat-trick to make it 3-1 now. And what a finish from Stephen Ireland again. And we were really putting the pressure on the front runners, the 2 teams in front. Really putting the pressure on them with this goal, as we put ourselves back within 2 goals now of the lead. And what a tidy finish there from Stephen Ireland. Really deserved his goals in this game. He was the creator of everything in this one. Everything that went right, he was the main focal point. And I couldn't have been happy with the way he played in this game to give us that lift just before the last game of the season, as he gets into double digits for the season. But just before the end of the game, they whip the ball in and get a goal back to put themselves back in contention of having a chance to get back into this game, while making it 3-2. And it was a poor piece of defending, let's be honest, but they took their chances, and that's at the end of the day how it should be. If they're taking the chances, then fair enough. And they do exactly that. Woodman couldn't get down quick enough and does make it 3-2 now. And really, he decided to put a little bit of pressure on now, with his getting a bit worried at this point. Getting ourselves a little bit worried. But we had to keep going, not let our heads drop, not get too frustrated or too worried about anything, get a little bit flustered and let another one go in. But we didn't do so, and it does end 3-2. And going into the final games of the season, it's going to be close. I'll give it that. I believe all 3 teams now are on the same amount of points of 85 points. So literally, the 3 teams at the top, me, Swansea and someone else, are all on 35 points. So it's going to be tight. But that is all for today's episode, guys. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like. Subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.